Yes, boss. See the topic, man. Make sure you're putting yourself first in life. Now, as much as this may sound selfish, I'm just going to be honest with you. In life, right? I've said this before. People are looking to see who they can make or turn into a sucker for them, or do you love me more than you love yourself? Always remember this in life, dog. If you ever hear somebody say, oh, you're selfish for always thinking about yourself. Nope. I'm going to tell you that can go two ways, right? If you're a person who always is focused on you and you don't care about other people, then you can say you're selfish. You feel me? But if you're selfish to where you put yourself first, and if you have something else you can help somebody else, then there's nothing wrong with that. But in life, never let anybody guilt trip you or bait you or make you feel like, oh, you're selfish for putting yourself first. Like, that's downright dirty. Like, who does something like that? Let me tell you something. In life, people like to see who they can trick and make like a sucker. You get what I'm saying? Or people who don't know their value, or people who you win all the time. Share some of your wins with somebody else. No, you got to understand that whatever you accomplish or you've done and received, that's yours. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and share it with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? You're not obligated to do any of these things. But at the same time, it would help out and it would make sense that if you've been winning or you have extras or you can afford to give to somebody, give. Because when you give, you're going to receive. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying you give to receive, but at the same time, you can remember that stuff. People remember that stuff. Yo, I remember when this person was winning, they helped out or they did this, that, and the third. People remember these types of things. But what I'm saying is never be to a point where you're selfless and you only see yourself in the room. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all for me. It's nothing for anybody else. There's nothing wrong with being in a mode where, yo, I'm going to rebuild myself or I'm building myself. I cannot do this for somebody. That's fine. But at the same time, do not be so greedy. Do not be so selfish to where you put yourself first and you only forget about yourself. Especially if you know you've been down before and you've had somebody who might have, assisted you while you were down, or I remember when you ain't have much. Don't shit on those people, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, today for you, tomorrow for me. You get what I'm saying? You could be rich today, broke tomorrow. Broke today, rich tomorrow. The ball in life, it could roll in any kind of way. I've seen people who've been on top for a long time. Guess what? They fall flat down on their face. And guess what? Some of the times the people that they ended up shitting on were the people who would have helped them. But guess what? The tables turn eventually in life. So if you're not treating people correctly, or you don't remember the things that you might have done to people while you're up, then that's going to reflect back on you. And as well as that, remember this as well too. If nobody's ever told you this, I'm going to give you a free gem, right? When you have money, or when you have the things that you want, or it's just like liquor. Liquor brings out the true essence of a person at that moment in time. You get what I'm saying? Just like money. When you have money, some people are on a high horse. They might just let out who they really are or let you know how they really feel. You get what I'm saying? Because when you have money, it's like you have a form of power. Once you have power, you can express how you really feel. And you got to remember, I said this before, when people have power and they're not used to it, they can end up abusing it. So if a person views money as some form of power leverage, which it is, I got the power in my hands, I could tell you how I feel about you. Or I have money, I can disrespect you because you're less than. No. Always remember that every dog has his day. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Today for me, tomorrow for you, vice versa. There's a balance in life. You can be winning all day long and then you start catching nothing but L's. You could have been a person who's been losing their whole life and then you start catching W's. You got to understand that there's a tale of two halves and that there's a balance in life. You cannot be a person that's on one side of the fence and not know what it's like to be on the other side. You get what I'm saying? So remember this. Being selfish, as much as it may sound crazy, being selfish is not a bad thing. When it becomes a bad thing is when you only view yourself, you don't care about other people. There have been people who probably might have helped you. You chose to turn around and be selfish and say, forget these people. Those could have been people who might have helped you when you had nothing. I'm telling you this right now. This happens all the time. When you choose to burn bridges with people, especially if you know you cannot build a bridge by your damn self, you don't know how to swim, you need people's assistance to cross a bridge, do not burn bridges with people. Do not practice being selfish in that nature where, I forget about everybody. No, I'm just replenishing myself for all the times that I lost. I hope you can understand. I know I have enough to share, but I'm not going to share any with you right now. I'm still replenishing. That's not how the shit goes. You do these types of things, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. You keep playing with people who were genuine with you or were loyal to you, or they would have gave you the shirt off their back, and you chose to be selfish in that time when you could have assisted them, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. I'm going to tell you what it is, right? Sometimes in life, people may not know necessarily right then and there what they did, but something goes off for them where it could be like an inkling or intuition or something saying, yo, you should have never did that, or you should have never stole that, or you should have never crossed this person, or you should have never been selfish towards this person. There's something that goes off in your mind that tells you this. And you got to also chalk it up and remember this as well. Besides people being downright selfish to you, you got to look at it like this. The people who people will remember to help or do something for, be kind to, probably would have been never somebody who would have done the things that you would have done for them, or be there the way how you would have been for them. You got to understand that as well too. Why some people are completely selfish towards you is because that they either may view you as competition, or you're the type of person where you've always been up. Now I'm up, you're going to be on the short end of the stick. Like, sometimes it's for certain things that we cannot control, and there are people who feel some way, even though it's nothing that has to do with us. Yo, this dude is always winning all the time, or this girl is always winning. I'm going to be selfish right now. This is about me. Like, you could have been a person who, when you're up, you help other people. But now you're down. You may not be down forever, but you're down right now. This is a good time for people, for you to see who's really there. Yo, I remember when I was up, I helped this dude. He's not going to help me. All right, I'll watch that stuff. You got to be careful of the things that you do, because being selfish, it can not only help you, but it can also hinder you. You being selfish towards people, and it's the wrong people, people remember that, and people will starve you for that. Because here's the thing, right? It's not only about just the favors that people might have done for you, but it's just the respect and the decency behind it. Yo, when you had nobody in your corner, I was always here for you. You ever heard those stories before where people were like, yo, I remember when she had nothing or when he had nothing? You got to understand something. Sometimes people are in so much of a state of survival as to where they burn out and forget about the people who are genuinely there with them, the people who witness them at the bottom. Maybe sometimes people develop somewhat of a jealousy towards these people. Like, yo, if I ever get out of this position or this predicament, I'm leaving this person here. Because you have to understand it like this, right? There are some people who are very carnal and they have a dirty, twisted mindset. Once they see somebody losing or somebody suffering, there are some people who get a high off of that. That's why you have some people, when they get up or they get to a better state, they practice selfishness. They practice really being hard out, like, I don't care, this is all for me. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't say you can blame those people, but sometimes people go through certain severe situations that lead them to being the selfish individual that they are today. You get what I'm saying? So, example into that, right? You could have been a person like, okay, you could have had assistance from other people. They chose not to assist you. They let you suffer. They let you drown. They let you make mistakes. Someone like what I've been through. You get what I'm saying? And when the ball is in your court, people seen that shit. People know what they did. When people see that the ball is in your court, that's when a lot of people start to fret. Because why? People know how they did you. So if the ball is in your court, depending on what it is that we did to you, depending on how selfish we were to you, you can turn around and do that same shit to us. And that's the thing that scares people. I never told you this. If you're the type of person who's gotten done dirty, people walked all over you, dogged you out, whatever the case may be, people are praying that people like you don't get the ball in your court. Because once the ball in your court, they're pretty much finito. You could do whatever with them, whatever it is that you like. Some people's worst fear is that you might end up doing them like how they did you. But you have to remember that when the ball is in your court and you remember what it is that you've been through, you don't have to treat people like how they treated you. You can rise above that and move on to the next level. Because sometimes people are looking for you to do them how they did you, which would satisfy them a little bit more that, yeah, this person's just like me. They'll do me dirty. No, you got to surprise people and let them know, yo, I'm not filthy like you. I don't have to do anything to you. I can just keep it moving. You get what I'm saying? But ultimately in life, just remember this. Being selfish, there's nothing wrong with that. Anybody tells you, oh, you're selfish, man, you need to fix that. What are you being selfish for? Are you a hoarder? You a miser? You don't share anything? Are you doing people dirty who was there for you? That's when people can call you selfish, and that's when it should burn you. But if you know that you weren't selfish with people, you're always helping, always giving, and nobody actually took the time out to be like, yo, let me give to this person, or let me take from what I have and give back to this person. People didn't do that. You have all rights to be selfish and build yourself up so you don't have to go through what you went through. You get what I'm saying? Because remember, as I stated, some people, their goal are to leave you in a screwed up predicament, and you cannot allow that. Once you're back at square one, some people get a high off of this. Some people sit down and they start laughing. Like, I'm the type of person, I do not like when people laugh at me. It makes my blood boil and it makes me want to go harder. You get what I'm saying? Even if I don't see a person laughing at me, I could feel when people laughing at me, dog. You get what I'm saying? Because I know what that's like. My mom used to laugh at me. My mom used to clown me. My mom used to style me. So what I'm trying to tell you is, understand that people have gotten to a certain point in life due to their circumstances, what they've endured in life, my upbringing, my environment. Same difference. But all I'm saying is, nothing wrong with being selfish. Just have a correct reason as to why you're doing it. And don't be selfish in a spiteful way to spite people who are probably there for you. If you're doing that to people who are selfish towards you, you don't owe none of them people anything. So it's all free game at that point. You get what I'm saying? That being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I just want to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 444 the world, man. Peace.